You are the king of the world. That's what they sold you, right? Since you were a kid, they placed an imaginary crown on your head and said you can do anything. You just have to want it. Believe in your potential. But no one told you the throne was made of soggy cardboard, and no one warned you that all this greatness talk was just a marketing trick, a mantra repeated by frustrated people who never made it and needed to believe that someone else might. You wake up every day with the feeling you should be somewhere else. You do everything right, or almost. Follow the script. Wake up, work, try to smile. And deep down, you still think you're special, that something is waiting for you. Something big, unique, different. But guess what? You're not different. You're a statistic, you're predictable, you're the final product of a social assembly line designed, built, and tested to work until it breaks. You're the king of the world. What? World. This one, the one where your value is measured in followers, paid bills, and forced smiles at the end of the day. You're the king of an empire of illusion, a tyrant of yourself, trying to rule over a ruined land called self-esteem. Congratulations. And the worst part, you still blame yourself. You think the problem is you, that you're lacking effort, focus, faith, as if it's possible to run with 2 broken knees and a soul in a coma. You know what the problem is. You want the world to bow. You want it to understand your pain, respect your struggle, acknowledge your effort. But the world doesn't give a shit. It doesn't care. It never did, and it never will. The world only speaks one language: results. And results aren't about being good, they're about being necessary, useful, sharp, ruthless if needed. You want to win? Stop trying to be admired, learn to be feared. Stop looking for meaning, learn to hunt for advantage. Stop asking why things happen, start asking, what do I get from this? You're the king of the world. Great. Then act like it. Stop asking for permission. Stop justifying yourself. Stop looking for comfort. Be the most clear-headed motherfucker this world has ever seen. Play the game, even if you hate the game. Smile as you stab the rules, and if you're going to die, let it be spitting blood and laughing at the final joke. Have you ever noticed how you avoid the mirror? You look, but never for too long. You pretend you're fixing your hair, adjusting your beard, checking your clothes, but you don't face it. Not really. Because the mirror doesn't just show your face, it shows everything you've tried to hide from yourself. Do you see a man, or do you see an unfinished draft of some stupid idea they sold you? Do you see someone strong, or just a survivor afraid to admit he failed and keeps walking only because he hasn't had the courage to stop? You don't need to answer. We know. You got lost. And the saddest part, you think this is temporary, that one day you'll wake up and everything will make sense. Spoiler, it won't. The meaning won't arrive. The relief won't come. That click you're waiting for doesn't exist. You're not a puzzle missing one piece. You're the wrong puzzle, from a different game, with pieces from other people, trying to assemble yourself using a manual someone wrote drunk on frustration. And you know what's most ironic? You still insist on improving yourself. You wanted to come a Ludwig Duck Defender and Boris Elier first, and you want to fix your mind with Instagram pulse and breathing techniques, but you don't have the courage to set fish to fish with the mirror saying,
I'm not a whole lot fire with me. And hearts right, or letting your veil to lose, and some calls nigga plus it make you weak and makes you weak, and reality comes at a high price. Corruption and currency unleash any vision that's war in the world. That was what Hudson said, busy churning that I'm go can. Yo, you testy understanding with lies beneath Ferrari. All they lie and keep up with pants. Is your face the Spencer garage mate, then hiding inside for years and knitting at that point. error stops scaring you, it becomes a weapon. Not because it shows something even forward, because you've learned the love that walked me to respect the damage, the wear your scars as a set and shoe. You are the change the world. Stop outlining the mirror anymore. Stop right accepting that you're the villain of your own story. And then maybe, just maybe, the happy ending isn't there for you. But that's so pretty. Some are born to fight until the last periods. Others are born to become statistics. A man's there to remind you of they. Every dumb bay.
You think you're free? That's cute. Actually, Hully, watching you proudly repeat that you make your own choices, that no one tells you what to do. But tell me, who told you what success is? Who taught you that failure is shameful? Who put it in your head that being normal is the goal? You were never free. You were trained. Trained to desire, to chase, to clock in with a smile and be thankful you have a job. Trained to lower your head when someone raises their voice, to apologize when you think differently and humble. To keep the peace even when everything inside you wants war. You don't live. You operate like a ventilation system. You turn on in the morning, shut down at night. You fulfill your function. Follow the plan. Never question the architecture of the cell because they put nice wallpaper in the corners. And you know what's worse. You like it. You need it. You need the cage. Because freedom is scary. Because freedom demands responsibility, and you can't handle the idea of being 100% to blame for what you've become. So you cling to the bars that trap you and pretend they protect you. You decorate the inside of the cell, change the furniture, paint the walls, give names to the corners. And you call that life. You call that building a future. You call that stability. Meanwhile, time keeps passing and you're dying in installments. But it's okay, right? Because the bills are paid, your feed looks good, and no one called you a failure this week. The cage looks nice on the inside and you become an expert at making it seem comfortable, but when the door opens, if it ever opens, don't bother running. Because the world out there won't be waiting with hugs, it'll be waiting with teeth. And if you don't learn how to bite back, you'll spend your whole life taking hits and saying thank you.
You gave it everything you had, didn't you? You woke up early, studied, worked, did what they told you to do, did what they promised would work. You behaved bad and swallowed your pride, swallowed your pain, swallowed your identity. You were the perfect example, and still, you didn't make it. The world watched you bleed and didn't even clap. Out here, effort means nothing. 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 You can give your best every single day and still get stepped on by someone who was just born in the right zip code. You can work twice as hard and be passed over by someone who smiled at the right person at the right time. The truth, you still don't get the game. They told you it was about merit, that you reap what you sow, that the universe conspires, but no one told you the soil is poisoned, that the seeds they gave you are sterile, that some are harvesting with daddy's scythe while you're digging with your bare hands. Then you get frustrated and think it's your fault. So you push harder, sleep less, fake smiles, accept crumbs. Because deep down, there's still a flicker of hope, a thread, a maybe tomorrow, or just a little more. And that's when they own you. When you believe it's just one last push, you stay trapped, tamed, soft, domesticated by the illusion that sacrifice is noble. But sacrifice for who? For what? You're not chasing a dream, you're serving a system that only works as long as you blame yourself for not working. You are the fuel, you are the disposable gear, you are the useful idiot. And the worst part, you still think your mistake is too small, that the problem is your focus, your discipline. That you need more planning, more books, more routine, more obedience, more slavery disguised as self-development. You've become a machine in training, a flesh and bone app trying to optimize its own pain, and still you feel like something's missing. You know why? Because something is missing. Truth, courage, rage. What's missing is that spark, that moment when you stop asking for permission and start taking what's yours. What's missing is tearing off the badge, spitting on the system and saying, I'm done trying to win this game. I'm gonna sabotage this shit until it explodes. You're not going to win by playing fair, because the game was never meant to be fair. It was designed to keep you busy, exhausted, grateful just to still be breathing while you drown. You want respect. No one's gonna give it to you. You want recognition? Nobody cares. But you can become a problem. You can turn what broke you into a weapon, turn pain into ammo, frustration into strategy, defeat into armor. And when you stop seeking approval, when you finally accept that maybe you'll never be enough for them, that's when you become dangerous. Because the one who has nothing left to lose becomes a threat. And the system doesn't know how to deal with threats, only with sheep. So choose. Either keep trying to prove you're enough for a world that never wanted you, or accept that not being enough is your greatest power. Because the one who knows they won't be loved doesn't have to pretend to care.